All right. Let's talk on the annual financial report for fiscal 2017 audit.
Okay, so
First read.
this is the first read for the Board of Education. I know it's a lengthy document. The auditor will be present at the Committee of the Whole meeting on October 24th to answer questions. I know Tim Walsh had submitted questions. The auditor is very familiar working with Tim, and so he'll have those answered for the October 24th presentation. The audit is a good document for the Board of Education to take a look at. You know, it's good once a year. It's our checks. It's a system of checks and balances to make sure we have our internal controls in place. Also gives you an idea of the district's financial standings, its assets, the value and depreciation of its assets. I just would caution, and I wouldn't say caution, I would remind everybody, the audit is the only document really, the only document that is on a true accrual basis of accounting. And so whenever you see the financial reports that Scott goes through on a monthly basis from the Township Treasurer and our year-to-date on budget, that's always on a cash basis. So the auditor then goes back and does everything on an accrual basis. So some of the numbers may look higher or lower in various points throughout the document. And I will make sure that Chris touches on that so that a good understanding is laid out at the October 24th meeting. But if you have any other questions, I'd ask that you'd submit them as soon as possible so I can get all those to Chris, our auditor, at one time, and he can cover them in his presentation.
Marianne, can you turn to page 10 of the actual, of the actual audit report, please? It's about
It's
10 or 15
147
pages.
board book.
It's what?
It's 147 in board book, the page you're looking for.
I don't replace the old one that I worked off of when they sent a new one out, so you have to
Just
get
telling
used
you.
to that. If you see the, right there, one, it's an example of how significantly it is different. We had a big discussion on deficits, Wes. You see the one general budgetary fund that our budget said we were going to have expenditures exceed revenues by 167. On an accrual basis, we actually had an increase, a surplus in almost $1 million. So that's, you know, when you're having that discussion on the budget on a cash basis, it's even more telling, and it's mostly because they pull in the revenues and expenses that take place for the 2 months after the close of the year, and it's the property taxes coming in is the big difference. So it's a little grueling reading this, but there's some worthwhile information.
It's going to be a learned endeavor, I think.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions regarding the audit? Okay. Move on to matters for closed session. We'll be discussing personnel, student discipline, individual student matters, sale, lease of property, pending or imminent litigation, collective negotiations, school safety. Give a second chance for visitors for statements. Anyone out there want a statement? No? All right. Do we have any, do we have any consideration of items for future meetings left? Am I right? No? Okay, can we get a motion to go into closed session?
Resolved, the Board of Education, Township High School District 208, Cook County, Illinois, enters closed session for the purpose of considering appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees of the public body or legal counsel for the public body, student discipline, sale or lease of real property, probable, imminent, or pending litigation, collective negotiations, and school safety.
Get a second?
Second.
For the vote, Marion?
Yes.
Dr. King?
Yes.
Mr. Merrill?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yep.
Ms. Towner?
Yes.
Walsh?
Yes.
Richie?
Yes.
Bang that gavel. Woohoo, under an
Right.
hour.